RBT family, what's the deal? It's your dog Willie Jack, and we are back. Back, baby! Back with more NFL action. How's everybody doing? How you feeling? How you doing? How you feeling? Man, I tell y'all what, it's been a long journey. It's been a long journey. We've been counting down the days. We've been counting down the weeks. We've been counting down the games. And now we have finally got to the point where we know officially who will be competing in this year's Super Bowl, February 8th in San Francisco, California. Can't wait. Can't wait. Super excited. We'll have the Seattle, I always want to say Seattle Super Seahawks. They just going to be the Super Seahawks from now on. It's just going to happen. That's just what it is. The Seattle Super Seahawks will be facing the New England Patriots. I can't talk at all. The New England Patriots. And what's going to be a new school rematch of one of the more memorable Super Bowls of like recent times. And hold on here. See, it's always never fails. It never fails. Same time every week. Same bat time, just a different bat channel. Never fails though. Y'all know where I'm at. Tap in. We on the show. It's go time. There we go. But nah, a rematch of one of the more memorable Super Bowls of recent history. I'm talking, of course, about the legendary Super Bowl between the budding, what could have been, Legion of Boom-led Seattle Seahawks of yesteryear. Russell Wilson, Marshawn Lynch, we know the names. Richard Sherman, Earl Thomas, Cam Chancellor, Bam Bam Cam, Bobby Wagner in his prime, Michael Bennett on that defensive line. Cliff Averill, come on, man. We know all the names. That legendary Seahawks team, that short but fantastic run they had against, of course, and funny as it would have it, legendary Patriots dynasty during their peak or their second peak, man. So we know have Hall of Fame, not Hall of Fame coach, man. Hey, I had to catch myself. I almost introduced him as Hall of Fame head coach Bill Belichick. We can't even do that. We can't even do that. We can't even introduce Bill. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. And of course, we're going to talk about it. If you don't know, which I'm sure you do, but if you don't know, you will know. Bill Belichick not elected to the Hall of Fame. Come on, man. We'll talk about it. Hall of Fame hopeful, all right? Head coach Bill Belichick. And of course, the TB12-led New England Patriots with that epic, you can call it epic comeback by the Patriots. You can call it an epic collapse by the Seahawks. Whichever way you want to look at it, but memorable nonetheless. And of course, I'm talking about the goal line interception, Malcolm Butler preserving his name in infamy for the fantastic play he made on the ball, intercepting Russell Wilson's unnecessary pass at the 1 yard line when prime Marshawn Lynch just had an 8-yard run to get us down to the 1. But whatever. Yeah, it's all good. And so we'll get a rematch between those two teams in this upcoming Super Bowl. Now, also, man, it's important to note there are no holdovers from either of those teams. It's just leftover fans. But on both sides, new coaches, new quarterbacks, new stud star players, new everything. I don't think there's anyone on either one of these rosters that carried over. And mind you, I mean, that Super Bowl is, gosh, man, this had to be, was that 2016? Somewhere in there? Was this roughly 2016, I want to say? And so it's been a while, but still one of the more memorable Super Bowls in recent history. And I anticipate this one to still be a fantastic matchup. Now, for different reasons, right? Like we've already just said, completely brand new names, brand new faces, and all that good stuff. But yet and still, I think this is going to be a very exciting game. Now, the roles are reversed, right? In that first Super Bowl matchup between the Seahawks and the Patriots were like the more tenured, more veteran kind of championship caliber team already, right? But they were kind of the more established team, and it was the Seahawks who were, now they had already won a championship the year before, but they were still like the young team, kind of new on the scene. This time it's a little bit of a different flavor, and those roles are almost kind of reversed. Now, this version or iteration of the Seahawks, they aren't coming off of a championship, right? We know that. But they are, I think, even though they are still the more established kind of veteran team, right? Drake May in his second year as a starter, Mike Vrabel, an established head coach, his first year back at home with the Patriots, but they feel like the young kind of up and coming team, right? The Patriots do. And then on the other side, now we still got a young head coach in Mike McDonald. I think this is this his second year? I was going to say second or third year. I believe this may be just his second year as well. But they do have, I guess, they do have a veteran quarterback in Sam Darnold. Now he's did some bouncing around a little bit. He had to be a journeyman for a little bit here, but he found the right home right there in Seattle, and he is going to be the more experienced quarterback on the field for sure. I think Sam Darnold's about 27, 28 or so, about 7 years in this league now, and he's taking some lumps, and so he is, he's been to the dark side, and now he's finally getting his day in the sun. So, happy for Sam, man. Y'all know how I get on the show. I'm always in favor of a good underdog story. And the Sam Darnold comeback, man, is going to be one of the all-timers. And so can't wait to see that. And then also, man, to see how these teams themselves, just how they match up, right? I think that's going to be pretty good. Definitely a damn good test for Drake May in that offense. Now, they had their hands full with that Denver defense, and this is even before the blizzard set in. But it was a tough go for Drake May and that Patriots offense to start for sure. But they did hold on. Once that blizzard got in, they were able to ride out an early lead there and pull away and finish and hold that one out, man, for a trip to the bowl. And so kudos and congratulations there for sure. Then now also, I am going to read. Now, you know what? I already started, so let's just go ahead and get into that. I don't want to come back to it. There's not much to come back and talk about this game for, so we won't save it. We'll just go ahead and talk about it now. So, of course, Patriots do hold on, beat the Denver Broncos in Denver. Of course, if you watched this game, I'm sure most of y'all did. That's why y'all here. But this was a rough game. I can't imagine playing in this game. Y'all can say cold weather's football weather all you want to. For one, I hated playing in the cold. I'm not going to lie to nobody. And I played up north. I played in the Midwest, but it gets damn cold, man. I played my college ball in Missouri. And, man, I tell you, man, freezing rain, cold, sleet, snow, you name it. I had to play through all of it. I was not a fan at all. I don't give a damn, man. Hey, yeah, I'll admit, I'm not. There's guys tougher than me. There's plenty of guys tougher than me. I was not one of these commandos out here in 12-degree weather with no sleeves on or pregame with my shirt off. You know what I'm saying? For somebody to look at me and think I'm like, nah, man, you don't look tough. You look cold as hell, boy. You look cold as hell. That wasn't me. I'm telling you right now. You can have that. If that's going to be the measure of toughness, you can have it. I'm layered down, bundled up. You hear me? But no, this was a freezer cold game. Full-fledged blizzard set in, and it got ugly in a heartbeat. Not much to talk about. Drake May only threw for 86 yards in this game. He did have 10 carries for 65 yards and a touchdown, the lone touchdown for the Patriots in this one. Ramondre Stevenson, a very workmanlike day, 25 carries, 70 yards. We talked about it on the preview show last week about what it's going to take to win this style of game, right? Whose defense is going to show up? Who's going to be committed to running the football, right? You got to get the carries in. The yards will come, or you want the yards to come, but you at least got to get the carries in because you got to have some style of bounce, and they did that. 25 for 71. Drake May gives you another 10 for 65, and especially in a game like the one that turned out, that's what really held true to be the difference. Jarrett Stidham, he started out. He came out the gates hot and firing. Right, early scoring drive in this game. I want to say on their second possession. I think the first possession was a little rough. I think he started 0 for 3 on his pass attempts. And then I think he had his next 6, 7, 8 passes. I want to say he went from 0-3 to like 8 for 11, somewhere in there, and finished that drive with a touchdown to Cortland Sutton. End up being the only touchdown of the day for the Broncos. And then, of course, we know the rest of this game stayed ugly. Now, I will say, after the Patriots jump out to that 7-0 lead, they have a second potential scoring drive. They drive all the way down. They were definitely inside their own red zone. I want to say they were somewhere around their own. They may have been inside their own 10, I want to say. They end up passing up a chip shot field goal. This is before all the crazy wind and weather sets in, right? This is still first quarter. They pass up a chip shot field goal from like their own 10. And it looks like Sean Payton was going for an early death blow, right? The way that game was looking, as dominant as that defense was, the struggles that the Patriots offense had early on, especially trying to handle that pass rush and the coverage from that Broncos team, a 2-touchdown lead with the way the game was going at that point, that really could have been the game. I mean, it had that look and feel. The Broncos were rolling. Stidham was playing the best ball of his career for sure. So they go, they get a little aggressive, right? Following the kind of the trend that's been set these days over these last 4 or 5 years. Shout out to Dan Campbell, because now everybody thinks they a Maverick. All right, I remember we had Riverboat Ryan back in the day with the Panthers. I remember them days too. Riverboat Ryan wasn't gambling like Dan Campbell and Ben Johnson. Man, they really kind of brought a new wave of aggression to the league here. And Sean Payton, who's always been an aggressive coach in his own right. I'm not gonna take that from Sean. Man came out and did an onside kick in the Super Bowl, start the second half. So Sean said he already been here, but yet and still get a little aggressive, go for an early knockout blow, unsuccessful. And so now instead of 14-0, or at the very least you would have expected 10-0, will now remain 7-0. And then I think the Patriots, they do end up driving down to get a touchdown. No, not on that drive, but I think the drive after that one, after their own defense stood tough. And then, of course, weather sets in. Patriots are able to add another field goal in this game. And then from there, it was just kind of run 3 rushes and punt, and let that defense, combined with the weather and the wind, do the job for that Patriots team, as the Broncos just unable to get anything done, man, in the weather. I think Jarrett Stidham ends up throwing a late interception in this one with the wind and the weather and the way things was going. I mean, this game was just in hand. And so passing up that early field goal really came back to bite the Broncos there. Now, of course, who's to say who was going to expect a full-fledged blizzard to hit? But it did. And once it did, it was game over. It was essentially game over. So the Patriots do find a way to get that done, man, and they're going to the Super Bowl. Mike Vrabel in his first year returning home to the Patriots. Drake May in his second year, a breakout year, an MVP candidate style of year. Y'all already know how I feel. If it's up to me, young Drizzy Drake May was the MVP of the league this year, man. And the proof's in the pudding. His team's going to the Super Bowl, and a lot of y'all's favorite Matt Stafford, his team's not. Y'all can say what you want to. Matt Stafford had the better team, right? So I'm gonna leave that right there. Let me see. Hey, I see my dog J2 Trill in the building, man. What's going on with you, big dog? What's up, man? What's going on? Hey, I see a few more y'all in my views as well, but y'all ain't in my chat, man. Drop some in the chat. Say what's up to your dog. But yeah, man, shout out to my dog J2 Trill. Hey, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I appreciate y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me hold y'all ex-coach. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Big Mac. He in Pittsburgh now. Mike McCarthy, former coach for my dog J2 Trill's Cowboys. And I'm not gonna lie, dog. When I very first heard the news, I think like a lot of people, I wasn't too excited. But I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't all the way off the deep end like a lot of Steeler Nation was. I wasn't excited about it, right? Because of course it's a retread. It's an older, established name. You know, it's always exciting to get something hot, new, and young, and all those things. Something still we could tear out the wrapper. You know what I mean? We know what we got with Mike McCarthy, and so it wasn't exciting. But honestly, Mike McCarthy's a good coach. Now, did they underachieve a little bit in Dallas? Yeah, probably. But he's a quality coach. He really is, man. And then his fit with the team, Pittsburgh native, all that good stuff. Definitely seeing his press conference, man. The man was up there in tears, coaching his hometown team. We've seen how that can go. Mike Vrabel. Now he's not from New England, but it's his hometown team essentially. He was raised in New England as a player. You know what I mean? He was drafted by the Steelers actually, but he made a name and a career for himself in New England. He goes back home to coach his hometown team essentially. He's going to the Super Bowl, man. And so maybe Mike McCarthy can have that type of magic for my Steelers. You know what I mean? So we'll see. Let me see. What's going on, man? Yeah, man. Hey, that's Drizzy Drake May, man. That's Drizzy Drake May. You damn right. What's going on, JP? In the building. For sure. But yeah, no, man, I ain't gonna lie. Now, I did have the Patriots going to the Super Bowl right over the Broncos. I don't have them beating the Seahawks, though, man. I don't have them beating the Seahawks, and as impressive as that defense looks. And speaking of, man, it's time to go ahead and tap into that one anyway. The NFC Championship game. Now, this one definitely gave us everything we wanted, everything we expected, man. The matchups between the Rams and the Seahawks, the two regular season matchups, and this one, the grudge match for all the marbles to go to the Super Bowl. All three of these games were fantastic, or at least exciting games, right? To say the least. And this one didn't disappoint as well. Sam Darnold and the Seahawks get this done. Sam Darnold throws for 346 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Kenneth Walker III adds 60 yards and a touchdown on the ground. JSN, man. JSN reminding everybody who was the best receiver in football this year. And you know what? This is a good matchup because him and Puka showed up as advertised. I think Jackson Smith and Jigba, almost from the immediate outset of the season, was wide receiver one, man. He was dominant all year long. That offense kind of slowed down a little bit towards the tail end of the season. Nothing specific to JSN, but I think that defense really took a step forward. That running game really took a step forward. And honestly, they were able to they didn't have to rely as heavy on Sam Darnold, JSN in that passing game. And so he kind of cooled off a little bit there towards the end. But don't get it twisted. That boy was giving boys the blues all year. And right here in crunch time in the playoff game with the Super Bowl on the line, he showed up and returned to form. 10 catches, 153 yards, and a touchdown. The man was unguardable. They couldn't do nothing with him. So he showed up and showed out. Cooper Kupp, right? Longtime Ram, Super Bowl MVP with the Rams, goes back home to his hometown team. He's from the Seattle area. Goes back home to his hometown team, the Seahawks, this year. It's been a relatively quiet year, but he showed up in this one as well. Got a touchdown to go to a Super Bowl for his hometown team. Did it against his former team that he won a Super Bowl with in the Rams. He finishes with 4 catches for 36 yards and that touchdown. So big moment for him. Then on the other side with the Rams, Stafford and the boys, man, they came to play and they did what they had to do. Stafford goes for 374 yards, 3 touchdowns as well with no interceptions. Puka Nacua, just like I said for JSN, Puka Nacua reminded everybody else who's arguably the best receiver in football. These two have been duking it out, man. I think JSN definitely for like the first 10, 12 weeks of the season, clear cut was the top guy. Puka really picked it up. He was a little nicked up earlier in the year, but this second half of the season, for sure, he's really picked it up and dominated. He was fantastic in this one as well. 9 catches for 165 yards and a tub. Come on, man. Devontae Adams had a couple big catches in this game. He finishes 4 catches for 89 yards. Also had a touchdown. And then Kyren Williams for the Rams as well. Had a touchdown receiving. But I think the difference in this one, the Rams running game was just non-existent. That Seattle Seahawks defensive front and that defense as a whole, they really put the clamps on that Rams rushing attack and really kind of forced them one-handed, or to play, one-sided or one-handed, man, really diving into that passing game, which was successful. And one thing we should mention in this game as well is that the Rams ended up losing this game by 4 points, but there was a big 7-point swing. What was that, the third quarter, where the Rams punt returner, he muffs a punt like inside his own 15. The Seahawks recover, and then they score, if not on that first play after the muff punt, then the second play. They score within those first 2 plays and get a touchdown. And I think that touchdown, the Rams had cut the lead back down to 3. Either the Rams had cut the lead to 3, or did they have the lead? I believe they cut the lead back down to 3. And it looked like they had kind of picked up the momentum. The Seahawks had stalled, been forced to punt the ball back to the Rams after the Rams had just scored. So they were kind of riding high and had the momentum. Now they were going to have to drive a good 80-plus yards if he'd have just been able to fair catch that ball. But he fumbles it. Seattle gets the ball. I want to say they score within the next 2 plays, and they extend that lead back to 10. But even when that happened, this would have been, I think this was in the fourth quarter, actually. I believe this might have been in the fourth quarter. There was still some good time left on the clock for the Rams to recover. But, just too little too late, man. And we can look back at that play, that 7-point swing right there. If you're a Rams fan, man, you got to say that's the difference. And so that was definitely critical. And then now another point as well that I had talked about with some of my dogs, man, in my little group chat, my dog Chop, you know what I'm saying? Y'all might remember him from our last pod, man. And he's a frequent in here in the chat as well. But he's a huge Rams fan from St. Louis. You know what I'm saying? He's a Rams fan through and through. And was talking to him. And, man, I'll tell you, there was a point here where the Rams scored their last touchdown of the game, right? They had an opportunity to go for 2. So if they go for 2 right there, then it's 28, and then everything plays out, right? It's 28-31. And so now on their last possession, instead of being down 4 and having to have a touchdown to win, if you go for 2 on the touchdown before, now assuming you get it, well, now you don't have to go for a touchdown on 4th down. Now you can kick a field goal to tie. Maybe this game goes to overtime, and then who knows what happens in overtime. But instead, Sean McVay decided to go ahead and go for 1, and so you make it or leave it a 4-point game. And the thing about it is, there's no real upside to being down 4 versus being down 5. And so 4 and 5 is still a touchdown game. You still need a touchdown difference regardless. So it makes more sense in that moment, at least for myself. And I don't know the greater analytics of it, like down to the minute details. I can't speak to that. But simple math tells me that we can either score 3 points, 6 points, and then with an extra point, 1 point, right? So if we're down 4 or down 5, it's irrelevant. We still need a 6 either way. So if it's going to be that we need a 6 either way, then let's take the shot to get the 2, right? Now it's 28 instead of 27. And there again, like I said, now to close this game, you don't have to have a touchdown. Now you can get in field goal range. You know what I mean? Now, if we get to the 40-yard line, we've got a chance to go to overtime. But, like I said, man, hindsight being 20/10 and all of that. But that also was a critical, I think, something of note for sure, that maybe that's one of those things that Rams fans and Sean McVay, maybe when they go back and analyze this game, or when they did, maybe that's something that I would have think that they had to kind of look at, like, man, did we miss an opportunity there? You know what I mean? Because like I said, what was really the upside of being down 4 in that last possession as opposed to having been down 5 in that last possession? What was the difference there? Neither one of those are outweigh the opportunity to have been down 3. But like I said, man, to the victor go the spoils. The Seattle Seahawks, they will be the NFC representative for this upcoming Super Bowl in February. And man, I'm telling you, I'm excited, man. I can't wait to see it. And I don't mind saying, I think I've said it a few times on the show already, but yeah, no, I think Seattle's got this in the bag, man. I think they're too strong on both sides of the field. I think just the young Drizzy Drake May. I think he's just outgunned, man. But we'll see. We'll see. Stranger things have happened for sure. But now that that's all out the way, let's talk about what some interesting, to say the least, man, news that broke. I can't even introduce him as Hall of Fame head coach Bill Belichick. This is nuts. Longtime legendary head coach of the New England Patriots, most notably, Bill Belichick, was not elected to the Hall of Fame. This is wild. This is wild. Now, not to say that he's not going to get in. He's going to get in. But I'll tell you, I don't know if there's anyone in any sport. I don't know if there's anyone in any sport. There's maybe a handful of guys across any sport for the history of sport. There's going to be only a handful of guys that I think unanimously would be considered Hall of Famers. Bill Belichick was one of those guys. Bill Belichick was one of those names. And we're going to get into some of the details surrounding it. Y'all got to forgive me. Hold on. I can't help it. There we go. But no, so when I'm saying a guy that it shouldn't be a question, his name comes up, and that should have been a 30-second conversation. There should have been just enough time for everybody to go around the room or to just raise your hand, yes, and then we move on. This should have been the shortest discussion in the history of this of Hall of Fame inductions, right? Bill Belichick is arguably the greatest head coach of all time. The man has 8 Super Bowl rings. We talk about 6 because he got 6 as a head coach for the Patriots. We forget he was a part of an earlier defensive dynasty. This is the architect of the defense that brought us Lawrence Taylor. Arguably the greatest defensive player in the history of football. One of 2 men, defenders, to ever be the MVP of the league. The man, what are we doing? The man was Rookie of the Year Defensive Player of the Year, first team All-Pro in his rookie year. And then he topped that in his second year in the league. He was the MVP of the league in full. Lawrence Taylor. That man was tutored and groomed and brought up under Bill Belichick's defense. Bill Belichick. 2 rings. Coaching arguably the GOAT. Then, when he finally makes his way and gets over to New England, takes a sixth round, no-name quarterback named Tom Brady. We can romanticize who and what he was. The man was a part-time starter at Michigan. He split time with damn Chad Henne. That's the guy who turned into arguably the greatest quarterback to ever play football. Now, he gets that title because of what he's done. It's hard to argue with 6 rings. Forgive me. It's hard to argue with 7 rings. He went and got one in Tampa Bay. It's hard to argue with 7 rings. The resume and accolades say he's the GOAT. Now, personally, the sheriff, man. I'm a Peyton Manning guy. That's just me personally. My personal GOAT is Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning changed football. I'll always make that argument. Peyton Manning changed football. Tom Brady won all the rings. Peyton Manning changed football. Tom Brady became a better quarterback. Tom Brady became Tom Brady playing Peyton Manning football. Peyton Manning changed football. Y'all can argue with your mama. That's my personal GOAT. That's just me. But I understand and I respect, and you know, in the greater conversation, I can acknowledge Tom Brady as the GOAT. Man got 7 rings, right? And so Bill Belichick, who's a more clear Michael Jordan, right? Like there's only a few of these type of people. Bill Belichick was one of those guys. It's not a question. Bill Belichick, the clock has started ticking for Bill Belichick for this moment to be a unanimous first ballot Hall of Famer. We've been waiting on this for the better part of 15 years. 15 years ago, we knew that Bill Belichick was a unanimous first ballot Hall of Famer. 10 years ago, we knew he was the greatest coach to ever coach football. We knew that a decade ago. And now, when it's time for him to receive his flowers, his moment in the sun, we get a full-fledged robbery. That's not even strong enough, man. Robbery's not strong enough. I'm trying to think of a more colorful word to express what just happened to Bill Belichick. And here's the thing about it. Bill Polian, yo soft, soggy, sorry ass, because that's and I don't know for sure, but the word around the campfire is that you led the charge to keep Bill Belichick out of the Hall of Fame, at least for this first year, right? On the grounds of, you know, Spygate and Deflategate, et cetera, et cetera. Now, here's the thing, because 2 things can be true. Do I believe that Bill Belichick is a Hall of Fame coach? The greatest coach in the history of the NFL? One of the greatest coaches in the history of professional sports. He's on that Rushmore. Absolutely. Now, do I also believe that he cheated? Spygate? That was real? Absolutely. Absolutely do. But here's the thing about it. If we didn't take away those Super Bowls, everybody recognizes Tom's got 7 rings. Are we taking away Tom's rings? Because the only way that this decision can be vindicated, and the people who denied Bill Belichick his entry into the Hall of Fame, the only way that could be vindicated is now if Tom Brady doesn't get in on his first ballot. Who's not going to vote for Tom Brady on his ballot? Because the things that you're holding against Bill, you got to hold against Tom. They go hand in hand. That's peanut butter and jelly. You feel me? They go hand in hand. Bacon and eggs. Right? Ham and cheese. They go together. So the sins of one are the sins of the other. Period. There can't be no other way around it. So if Bill's not in on the first ballot, then explain to me how Tom's going to go in on his first. Because you can bet your ass Tom's going in. So, no, that's not what it was. That's not what it was. Now, and also, here's the thing as well. Bill Belichick, the first coach to cheat? No, No, he's not. See the first coach got caught cheating? No, he's not. See the best or most successful cheater? Probably, yeah. Probably. But again, if we didn't punish him for it in the moment, he didn't even get suspended. Sean Payton got suspended because the defense was passing out bounties on Brett Favre and other quarterbacks. Because they had incentive pay to knock your quarterback out the game. I mean, maybe these days it sounds a little more aggressive than it was, but honestly, for the most part, the way I grew up playing football, the way I grew up watching football, trying to knock the other team's quarterback has always been a goal of a defense, man. And let's be for real. It's always the goal to knock the other quarterback out the game if we can. It's always the goal to knock the other team's star player out the game. We want to do it within the rules of the game for sure. But this game was built on knocking boys out for coming across the middle. Ask Mike Irvin. Ask Jerry Rice. You know what I mean? You can't ask guys these days, but that's always been a thing. So it wasn't like it was some new transgression or something unheard of. Like, no, man. Like, ain't nothing changed. Man, you can bet your ass if I'm playing defense, we want Peyton Manning hurt. Not injured. We want him hurt for today. Rest up, Peyton. Come back next week. I want your ass out this game. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's always been a thing, man. But even still, like I said, Sean Payton was suspended for a full year behind that. Bill wasn't suspended for Spygate. Right? He wasn't. Tom Brady got a harsher suspense. Tom Brady got a suspension for deflating footballs. Bill Belichick didn't get suspended for Spygate. Right? Did we go and have them relinquish any of those championships? Were any of those wins vacated? He's got the second most wins in the history of football behind Don Shula. Did the league go back and make him vacate those wins? We've seen it happen in college football with Penn State and the pedo ring that old boy had going on over there. Sandusky in the gang over there for 40 some odd years. Penn State had to go back and vacate some of those wins for whatever that's worth. Did we vacate any Patriots victories? No, we didn't. Was Bill Belichick suspended for the Spygate crime? No, he wasn't. So if it didn't matter then, if he wasn't punished then now's not the time to punish him. And the thing about it is, realistically, yeah, it's frowned upon, yeah, it's known, and yeah, it's discussed, but that milk is spilled. That milk is spilled. Man deserved to be in the Hall of Fame. 8 Super Bowl rings, 6 as a head coach, the measure of success. There's never been a more dominant run in the history of the league. 2 decades. I think in 20 years, they won 18 division titles. Now, that's also been a little point of contention or a point of discussion that I've had over the years, because that division was one of the weaker divisions for the greater part of that run. Who was the stiffest competition for those great Patriots teams during that 20-year stretch? Weak-ass Jets. Jets had a mini run of confidence with Rex Ryan in that defense. Darrelle Revis and those boys where they were competent when Mark Butt Fumble Sanchez wasn't tricking off games, right? But what was that? 3 years of moderate competition from a one-sided Jets team? Really? Oh no, I got it. The Miami Dolphins. Yeah, they had a decent team down there. Zach Thomas and Jason Taylor. But another one of those teams, that wasn't a fantastic, or that wasn't a great or an overly competitive offensive team outside of a limited Wildcat run with Ricky Williams and not Cadillac Williams and Ronnie Brown in the Wildcat, when that was the new hot thing for about 2 years until the defenses adjusted. And then the Bills, the trash-ass, whack-ass Bills. The Bills just got decent, man, with Josh Allen. within these last 5 years. You know what I mean? So there wasn't a lot of that competition in that division was pretty light for the most part, but they dominated. Like I said, man, I think he won like 16, it's either 16 or 18 division titles over the course of like 20 years there. So that's I don't know if it'll ever be done again, right? 6 championships, 2 separate runs, 2 three-peats. You know who else has got 2 three-peats? Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan's got 2 three-peats. The only other person besides Michael Jordan with 2 separate three-peats, and then also the construction and the way they did them. 2 completely different teams. Michael's Bulls, three-peats, that 90 to 92 run and that 95 to 98 run, 96 to 98 run, those are 2 completely different squads and teams. It's similar in that fashion, the 2 three-peats from Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. Those first 3 and those separate 3 are completely different teams and different philosophies and different everything. Tom Brady went from game manager to stud. You know what I mean? Those first 3 was Bill, the defense, and a couple favorable calls. A tuck rule here, Spygate there. You know what I mean? That was those first 3. Those second 3, Tom was a made man. He's airing it out. He's playing Peyton Manning ball now. Randy Moss, Aaron Hernandez, Gronkowski, Wes Welker, Julian Edelman, weapons, explosive offense, right? So it was a whole different program on the second 3. So be that as it may, man. Like I said, if we didn't care enough about it in the moment, we didn't care enough about it when it happened and when it got exposed. So I don't want to punish him now. We've conceded that he's got those wins and he's got those Super Bowls. So he's a Hall of Fame coach, unanimous. First ballot, should have been. And the only thing this does, right, because like I said, word around the campfire is that it was Bill Polian, longtime GM for the Indianapolis Colts. Now he was on the bad end of some of those Spygate games and those deflate games, and I feel him. I really do. This is the thing, because I'm not trying to excuse it. I've made those same arguments as well. My Steelers were also on the wrong side of Spygate. 2002 AFC Championship game, we were on the bad side with a couple Patriots losses as well. Hell, I'm not going to give them a break. Matter of fact, I want to say that 2016 year, we got a bad break against the Patriots as well in the AFC Championship game in our building. The Jesse James catch that gets overturned. I think that rule, that's one of the things that helped change that rule about down by contact or when the catch is complete in the end zone, untouched, all that type of stuff. But no, we've been on the bad side of some of those Patriots breaks as well, Bill Polian. So I do get it. I get it. I do. But this doesn't feel like justice. This feels like bitter, petty, soft. That's how this feels. This doesn't feel like justice or vindication. It feels petty, it feels soft, it feels weak. Don't cry about it now, man. It's too late. But here we are. And like I said, and this is where I was going with that, and I'm not the first one to say it, but it's so true. Only thing that keeping Bill Belichick out of the Hall of Fame did, because even if he'd have got in and it not been unanimous, it'd have still been a talking point. Because who didn't vote for Bill Belichick? Who looked at the greatest coaching resume in the history of football and said no? If it had been announced he got in with 48 out of 50 votes, we'd be still talking about it. Because who in the hell looked at Bill Belichick and said, no, he's not a Hall of Famer? That's how clear and obvious this is. What's my camera doing, man? What's my camera doing? I feel like half my face is gone. It's driving me nuts. I can't help myself. But that's how outrageous this would have been. All right, it's going to bother me. If the man wasn't unanimous, it would have made news. So the fact that he didn't get in, there's 50 votes, you need 40 to get in. That means at least 11 people said, nah, not Bill. Nah, we good. We good on Bill. Come on, man. What are we talking about? Shout out to Jason Hancock in the building. Dog, nuts. There's no excuse. Who voted no? It's crazy. It's crazy, man. And so, as a matter of fact, I was going to read some accolades from Bill, but man, look, Bill speaks for himself. He's arguably the greatest defensive coach in the history of football. He's arguably the greatest defensive coach in the history of football. Think about it, man. Think about it. Who's a greater defensive coach than Bill Belichick? Who? There is nobody. There is nobody. The architect of that 3-4 in New York, the Giants, Lawrence Taylor's defense, that's Bill. What Bill did in those first 3 Super Bowl rings with Vrabel and Brewski, we know all the names. Rodney Harrison. Man, that first run. Man, come on, man. Those teams, man, he brought the Delius. Man, come on, man. I'm telling you, dog. Shout out to my dog, Pretty Tony, the Paint in the building, man. Man, flat out, dog. Ain't no other way around it. Ain't no other way. Bro, this is worse than that. This is worse. And T.O. got hold. Don't get it misconstrued. T.O. definitely got hold. And I'm not gonna lie, man. Maybe there's a smaller contingent of people that think like me. But honestly, for me, bro, and I've said this before, I regard T.O. as a better receiver than Randy Moss. I don't care. Man, it is what it is, man. It is what it is, dog. For my money, T.O. is a better receiver. Because all the things we complained about, or the people complained about for T.O., didn't nothing have to do with what he did between the lines. No complaints for what he did between the lines. Because people ignore those Randy Oakland years. I don't. Hell no, I don't. Hell no, I don't, man. I ain't never questioned if T.O. came to play. Period. I ain't never had to question if T.O. came to play. And the numbers speak to that as well. Him and Randy Moss numbers are damn near identical. I think they separated by 3 touchdowns. I want to say Randy Moss has 156 touchdowns, and I think T.O.'s got 153 career touchdowns. I think both of them got 15,000 receiving yards. They're in the 15,000 receiving yard club, I want to say. And I want to say I think both of them, I think T.O.'s got more catches because he was definitely the higher volume receiver for sure. But T.O. was better. All time for me, T.O. is arguably the second best receiver of all time. Arguably. I'm still going to put Jerry number 1. 22,000 receiving yards, 196 touchdowns. 3 or 4 Super Bowl rings? Numbers that can't and may never be touched. And he didn't have Randy's size or speed. He didn't have T.O.'s size, speed, strength. He ain't have none of that. Know what he had? Wind, technique, and fantastic hands. 22,000 yards, unguardable. At age 40, the man was giving boys a thou wow. Like, come on, man, stop playing. But no, I've always had T.O. I've always had T.O. ahead of Randy Moss, man. 1, 2, 3, Jerry, T.O., Randy. And honestly, for me, I think AB's in that mix too. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't give a damn what y'all say. AB's at 4 for your dog. And honestly, I think the best of AB is comparable to the best of T.O. AB could have went down. AB could have been number 2. I'm going to keep it funky, man. If you're asking me. But I'm getting distracted. But no, he definitely got hold. T.O. got hold as well. T.O. definitely should have been the first Ballot Hall of Famer. And it was petty when they did it to T.O. And then 3 years for T.O. Bill's not going to wait 3 years. He's going to go in next year. And hell, I'm telling you, with the uproar that there's been in the media, boy, they might recount that shit, boy. I ain't going to hold. Boy, they might recount it. If I was running the Hall of Fame, and I don't give a damn if everybody knew I was lying or not, I'd have came out and be like, man, it was a count error. We had to recount. Turns out Bill was unanimous. That's what I'm doing. I don't give a damn. Who's going to be mad to come back who's going to come back and argue with me and say, hell nah, me and 10 other dudes, we voted no. Nah, because they ain't said nothing since. They ain't came out and stood on it. Because boys is coming out like, hell no, it wasn't me. Don't nobody want to be a part of that. Boys is coming outside. Hey, man, my name is William Jackson. I voted for Bill Belichick. Mark me down. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Boys got the snitching. Man, it was Bill Polian. Oh, soft ass Bill. Bill Polian said he don't deserve it. Boys got the pointing fingers real fast. Then Bill Polian soft ass came out and was like, no, man, it wasn't me. I voted for him. They was like, really, Bill? And then somebody came back around and asked Bill. Then Bill Polian couldn't remember. He was like, man, I can't even. Man, I know it was yesterday, and I know I said I voted for him 30 minutes ago, but now that you asked me again, man, I can't even remember who I voted for. Boy, Bill, if you don't sit your old wrinkled ass up, sit your ass down somewhere, man. You don't sit your ass down somewhere. Man, dog, but that's the thing, dog. Even they gotta respect it, though. You know what I mean? I ain't like my Steelers, man. We had some bad. My Steelers were victims to Spygate for sure. Like we definitely were. We definitely were. So like I get it, but at the same time, man, that milk is spilled. Like I said, that milk is spilled. It's too late to try to punish him now. We didn't make him vacate no wins. We didn't make him vacate none of them rings. Him or Bill, or him or Tom. Because if it's a sin on Bill, it's a sin on Tom. Who's gonna tell me Tom Brady's not getting in unanimous on his first vote? Who's gonna tell me that Tom Brady is not getting voted in unanimous on his first ballot because of Spygate and Deflategate? Because they go hand in hand. If Bill is the peanut butter, Tom was the jelly. Because jam don't shake like that. Y'all know what I'm talking about, though. That's what I'm saying. So we're not going to hold it against Tom, because we're not. Everybody calls Tom the GOAT. We know he was deflating footballs, and we know they were spying and recording everybody's calls and passes and practices. We know all of that, man. Who here is arguing that Tom Brady's not the GOAT? So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it at all, man. We didn't take away none of them wins from Tom. We didn't take away none of them rings from Tom. We still count Tom as having 7 rings. So that means Bill's got all 6 of his. If Tom got all 7 of his, then Bill's got all 6 of his. Period. Oh man, dog, man, nah, T.O. had to wait. T.O. had to wait 3 years. And T.O.'s off-field wasn't as crazy as A.B., dog. I don't even know if they're going to let my dog A.B. in, man, which is sad to say. But I don't even know if they're going to let A.B. in, dog. And that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Yeah. T.O. having to wait 3 years for doing sit-ups in his driveway. T.O. had to wait 3 years for doing sit-ups in his driveway, man. Doing sit-ups in his driveway. I don't want to hear that bullshit about he was a locker room. Man, hell no, man. That ain't your business. We evaluating play. Who was better ever in the history of football than Terrell Owens? There's 2-3 names on that list to discuss. There's 2 names on that list. Jerry Rice. I'm putting Jerry above anybody. I don't give a damn what nobody says. I'm putting Jerry up top, man. You can say what you want to. I'm putting Jerry. Jerry's one of the guys, man. So I'm not even going to, it's not even a debate for me. Jerry's Jerry. He's out. He's one of the guys, man. I don't even have to talk about Jerry. So we saying who was better than T.O. ever? 2 names. Randy Moss. You can debate back and forth. They 2 sides of the same coin. The only difference is Randy Moss had his image revamped by Tom Brady and the Patriots. If Randy Moss' career was revamped, if he went anywhere but the Patriots and got that Brady and Tom light, he got that Brady and Tom whitewash, he got that Brady and Tom forgiveness. Man, I'm trying to tell you. Because the book on Randy Moss was ugly, boy. Y'all think the media hated T.O. Y'all think there was locker room complaints about T.O. Y'all think all these things, these diva talks, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Y'all think that about T.O., boy. We forget. We forget a lot of the talk around Randy Moss. We forget a lot of that. That man on camera telling you, man, I'll play when I want to. Boys had to question his effort. Whether or not he showed up and gave a damn. Man, I play what I want to, man. I play football when I feel like it. Hell no. Maybe I didn't run as fast as I could. Maybe hell no. No, I ain't had to worry about that for T.O. T.O. gonna get in your quarterback's face, cuss him out, maybe put some hands on him if you want to. Because he wants the football, maybe. I don't give a damn. I want 120 catches, 1,600 yards, and 15 touchdowns. That's what I want, T.O. And that's what he's going to give you every week. Man broke his leg, came back in less than 2 months, and gave the Patriots hell in the Super Bowl. 9 for like $120. With a metal rod in his ankle, fresh off a broken leg. Man, come on, man. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to be in at all. Hey, I'm trying to tell you, boy, if I'm running the Hall of Fame, I'm making an executive decision, dog. I might it's going to be a press conference. I'm going to tap the mic. Hear ye, excuse me, y'all got me? Y'all can hear me in the back. Yeah, how you doing? This is William Jackson, president of the Hall of Fame. Man, y'all won't believe the crazy shit that happened yesterday, man. Y'all won't believe what happened. You know, we had it was a miscount. I can't believe it. Yeah, it's never happened before. I tell you what, don't worry. Heads will roll, but Bill Belichick was actually voted unanimous Hall of Fame. Congratulations, coach. We apologize. We'll see you in Canton. No questions. No questions. And now I'm getting out of there. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. I'm telling you right now. They still got time. Because this is like leaked. Because it's not, I guess it's not like official. This is leaked. Or at least from everything that I was seeing on like Twitter and everything else, it was like, it's not necessarily like official or something like that. Like they don't release the official list until I think Monday. I'm making an executive call, bro. I don't give a damn. I'm pushing the button. Bill's not in. Not only was he not unanimous, he didn't get in? No, hell no. No. Because now the whole hall looks weak. Like, I thought the hall took a hit when they played with T.O. like that. Like, the hall took a hit then. If we remember in the moment at the time. And it was one thing when it wasn't first ballot, which was nuts, which was still crazy. But then that second year, he had to wait 3 years. And you know what I mean? So, like, they already took a big hit back then. Because that's ridiculous, man. But now this, bro, Bill, come on, man. First ballot. It's like we've already had questions about the validity of the Hall of Fame anyway. There's a lot of names in there, and who are we to judge and who are we to say? But I don't give a damn. Because obviously I know just as much about football as the motherfuckers voting. At this point, excuse me, they got me out my element. Y'all forgive me. But the fact that there's people who have an eligible vote and they didn't vote for Bill Belichick, that tells me that my opinion is just as valid as theirs. So that means I can say what I got to say then. It's people in there right now. But y'all gave him a jacket? Y'all gave him a jacket? And Bill still out here jacketless? Like, no, bro. Like, there's no way that the hall doesn't take a massive hit for this, bro. You invalidate your own. Like, you just, if it stands, well, the damage is done. If I'm the Hall of Fame dude, y'all know that big ass dude that used to come by making everybody cry when he told them he's in the Hall of Fame? He's a biggin. Old boy was like 6'8", 380. He was a big man. Whoever he is, man, get your big gravelly voice ass up. Get in somebody's camera. Let them know it was a miscount, a mistake. I don't give a damn what it was. Bill is in. Not only is Bill in, Bill was unanimous. We're sorry, Bill. We'll see you in Canton. And walk off. It is what it is. I'm pushing the button, bro. It is what it is, dog. Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. But yeah, no, and I'm gonna say, man, I was looking here. No, I don't think it's nothing else really worth talking about, man. I think that was we did what we came to do, man. There was only 2 games. You know what I'm saying? We ran through the championship recap games already. You know what I'm saying? I know a couple of y'all jumped in late, man. I appreciate y'all jumping in for sure. But no, man, we only had the 2 games, man. In this Hall of Fame news from Bill Belichick, man. It's sickening. I haven't thought of a word strong enough to explain how ridiculous it is. But man, ridiculous to the 10th power. That's what this is. That's what this is, dog. I can't quantify it. I can't even speak to it in enough disdain about the BS that is Bill Belichick. Like I said, it'd have been worth talking about if he wasn't unanimous. If he got 49 out of 50 votes, it'd have been newsworthy. Because who's the jackass that didn't vote for Bill Belichick? The man got 8 Super Bowl rings. Because we don't talk about the 2 he won as a coordinator, as a vital part of those Giants teams. Defensive mastermind. Lawrence Taylor, under his wing, under his tutelage, playing in his defense and his scheme. Lawrence Taylor, 2 rings. Then he went, got 6th round Tom Brady, part-time starter, couldn't beat out Chad Henne at Michigan. Right? And come on, man. Y'all stop playing. Y'all know what time it is. That's ridiculous, man. Somebody at the Hall need to do the right thing. And then also, I tell you what, we got a clean house. We got a clean house. You didn't vote for Bill Belichick, but we want your credential. Leave your credential at the desk on your way out. That's what needs to happen. Old boy from the Hall of Fame, you got to come out. You got to let everybody know it was a miscount. Like, hey, man, I don't know who played with y'all. Bill was in. Unanimous. All 50 for 50. He's in. Hey, Bill, we're sorry. We'll see you in Canton, brother. And then as for the rest of y'all, everybody, you, and you, leave your badge on the desk on the way out, man. Because your service is no longer needed. Leave your badge at the front desk. We'll holler at you. Yeah, we need to revamp that whole room. We got to revamp that room, revamp that process. Something got to be done. Because, no. Yeah, this can't happen. This can't happen. But no, that's it, man. That's all we have for y'all, man. Like I said, that's all we have for y'all. I appreciate y'all hopping on. I know it's a short show, but it's that short show time of year, man. It's that short show time of year. We only had 2 games. If not for this Belichick news, I don't know what we'd have to talk about tonight. So I appreciate y'all coming by. Before we get out of here, man, if you got something on your heart, you got something on your mind, you better drop it in the chat because we finna wrap this thing on up. But before we do, let me get that real member roll call real quick, man. First one through the door, my dog J2 Trio holding it down for them Cowboys. I appreciate your home, boy. Let me see. JP, man, James Polk in the building said, what's going on? Shout out to Drizzy Drake May, man, in the building. You already know what's going on, man. James Hancock in this thing as well, man. Hey, my thoughts exactly. He know what's going on. Ain't no way in the world, ain't no excuse, ain't no way to explain or justify, man. Just like my dog Pretty Tony summed it up perfectly. They hold him flat out. Ain't no other way around it, man. Ain't no other way around it. Hey, man. Hey, look, I tell you what. Hey, man. Y'all let Bill live his life, man. Bill said he put his time in, man. Bill said he put his time in, big dog. And you know what, Bill? You know what you need to do? Pull a TO, Bill. Don't even take your ass up there. Matter of fact, because they gonna make it right next year. Pull a TO. Man, you can have a press conference in your high school gym, Bill. I don't give a damn what you do. Bill. They want to be petty. Show them what petty look like. Go to your high school gymnasium and have your Hall of Fame induction. You damn right. Have your fine young girl put that Hall of Fame jacket on you in your high school gym at the same time as their presentation. You damn right, Bill. Hell yeah. Matter of fact, I'm going to call you, Bill. Matter of fact, I'm going to see. Let me see if Bill, unless Bill, you might have changed your number. It's been a few years, man. Bill might have changed his number. I'm going to hit him up. Man. We're going to work something out. Man. Yeah, we're going to work something out. Don't even worry about it, Bill. I got you. Yeah, I don't give it, Bill. We fool around and go to the local YMCA, man. We be in the middle of the basketball court at the YMCA with his little young thing putting that jacket on. Speech. Yeah, right now. Yeah, don't worry about that. Yeah. In matter of fact, if I don't want to be nobody else in it. Like, I feel bad for the other guys that are going to make the Hall of Fame in this class because all they're going to have to talk about in the interviews, bro, is, man, what you think about Bill not getting in? Like, I can't even enjoy my moment now, bro. Like, matter of fact, who's on this ballot? I wonder, like, who's on this ballot, man? Because everybody on this ballot gonna be pissed off. Because it's not about you no more. Bill Polian and his renegade band of B words, y'all excuse me, his renegade band of busters, They done hijacked everybody else's Hall of Fame ceremony, man. Because nobody can entertain, like nobody can enjoy the moment. Because now Bill is going to be the shadow over this whole class, man. That's what happened. That's what they did. Matter of fact, yeah, I'm going to call Bill. We're going to work it out, bro. We're going to be at the local YMCA. Don't even trip. Matter of fact, we're going to fool around and call the class. Man, y'all can come over here with us at the YMCA, bro. We're going to do a little do over here. Yeah, don't even trip, man. It's going to be a good time. You know what I'm saying? Don't even trip. It's going to be a concession stand at the Y. Y'all know we got you. Yeah, man. Because that's ridiculous, dog. That's what I'm saying. If I'm Bill, I don't even know if I can show up. Don't call me next year. If I'm Bill, don't even call me, bro. Don't try to send no cameras. You're not going to capture no moment. I'm not going to be on camera answering my door. Nah, y'all can send me something in the mail, man. Matter of fact, hit my Patriot email, man. Bill Belichick at Patriots.com. You can email me my notice there. Don't show up here. Don't get no pub. Big dude with the big gravelly voice. Don't show up at my hotel room, knock on the door with the sad speech. I don't need none of that, bro. Email me. Y'all can email me, bro. I'll let you know if I feel like RSVP, and that's all I got for you. Bill Belichick out. That's it. That's all I got for you. Yeah, man. Y'all email that notice, man. I'll holler at y'all, let y'all know. I see what my schedule look like that day. I might got an appointment at the YMCA, man. The Y said they gonna hold something for me down on the main court. I'll let y'all know. Just like that. Y'all want to play? If y'all want to play, let's play then, man. But other than that, man, we had fun, man. I appreciate y'all stopping through, man. That's all I got for y'all, man. That's all I got. Hey, I appreciate all them real ones that came through. Shout out my dog, Pretty Tony the Painter. Shout out my dog, J2 Chill. Shout out my dog, JP. Shout out my dog, Jason Hancock. I seen you in that thing as well, man. And the rest of y'all know how it goes, man. We say the same thing every week. Feel free to say it with me at home. If I forgot to say your name, damn, my bad. But charge it to my head and don't charge it to my heart. You know I'm thinking about your big dog. And for the rest of everybody, man, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. Man, I am fired up and excited about this Super Bowl, man. Can't wait to talk about it. I didn't want to do too much talking about it now because we got a couple weeks until this game day. Right after, 2 weeks? That first Sunday in February, it's going to be the 8th. And so we'll definitely have a pre-Super Bowl preview show, and we'll really dive into the nuts and bolts of the game, man. We'll have a lot of fun doing that, and I'm sure there's going to be some more news coming out about this Hall of Fame. Yeah, I'm going to tell y'all right now, if they come out and announce some type of recount, and it turns out that Bill Belichick not only got in, but it was unanimous, I just want y'all to remember where you heard it first, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. Y'all be smooth. Peace.